Okay, very good. So, next step says losing sight. Step 7. After all the pieces are laid out and dried, grout is poured over the creation. A life entrusted to God is not without trials. Know that His merciful hand is there, smoothing sharp corners with His grace, and pressing truth into the gaps of our lives, and binding our jagged edges. Psalm 139, 10 through 12. It says, even there your hand shall lead me, and your right hand shall hold me. If I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, and the light about be night, even in the darkness it is not dark to you. The night is bright as day, for darkness is as light with you. Yay! We get to really experience some darkness right now. This is really cool, isn't it? Like, did you see how awesome that is? It's pretty, right? You like?
Yeah.
You like?
I like it a lot.
It's so beautiful. Now, don't worry about that yet.
Okay, right. Can't rush.
So beautiful, right? We want to rush it. These are so cool. And somebody made that, laid down their pieces, and entrust you with that one, right?
Yeah.
And now it's covered with dark. Right? You know what this reminds me of, y'all? If you can see this step, like I'll hold it up. It reminds you of something. Sometimes we kind of feel like we're in this place, right? We lay down our pieces. We're trying to make good choices and do the right thing, seeking God in our process of pain, and we just feel like we've had something dump all over us. Which does actually, I read an article, and it talked about, you know how like we say to ourselves, you know, I really should go to the gym. I should eat better. I should call my mother. Stop shitting on yourself, Tim. And stop shitting on everyone around you.
Yeah. Just do it.
Do we do? Yeah, exactly. Don't we should ourselves to death sometimes? Like, that also just builds that whole shame thing.
Yeah.
Either do it or don't do it.
Because then we end up regretting not doing it, right?
Yeah. And then we get back into bad habits because we're feeling that we're inadequate, right?
Right.
Yeah. And so what we're going to do right now, so how I grout, I kind of make a pile with my grout, all right? And I use the palm of my hand. The point is to press the grout into the gaps and remove the excess. It's not to like pat it gently, because sometimes there's firmness that's required when we're trying to get to the beauty. And we have to be firm. So this is where you pay attention to anything sharp. Okay, so I'm going to keep that grout right in the palm of my hand, or the ball of my palm, and pull off the excess. You see?
Yeah.
So I'm just pulling like firmly. That. Yeah, exactly. So I'm just, and it's firm, but not like hard.
Yeah.
But firm. And then I want you to take the grout, and we're just going to go around the edge, and you're just going to cover the raw wood edges. We don't do anything on the back right now. We're just covering the edge and removing the excess. Okay, so it's simple. I'm literally done with my first step. I've covered those edges and removed the excess. And I'm just going to take this. Take that away from you. Take that away.
Take it away.
Take it away. Excellent. All right. Then at this point, I'm going to just kind of wipe my gloves off a little bit. I've already got the sponges out for us. Perfect. That's great. Whoops. Okay. Step 8 says perspective. It says things may appear unattractive at this stage. Do you think?
It's covered in black.
Right? We're kind of like, yeah, things appear a little unattractive at this stage. It says, as vibrant colors are now darkened by gray, have faith that the master artist sees things from a different viewpoint, from above versus among pieces and grout. Perspective. Trust that under the hazy film of grout lies a complete redemptive image that requires firm yet gentle polishing again and again. And the scripture verse is Jeremiah 15:9. And I'm not going to go get that one right now because our hands are dirty. And we're like, yeah, things appear kind of unattractive. We lay down these pieces, we're in that muck, but here's the deal. This is the perspective that we're usually looking at life and all of the circumstances that we're facing.
Yeah.
We're in the muck. People right now in our world are in the muck, and we can't see the good that's coming. This is our perspective, and we're like, yeah, I'm not seeing the good. I don't know. Panic starts to set in usually around this stage.
Yeah.
You're grouting somebody else's heart that they made, and you're like, I think I ruined it. But here's the perspective that the master artist has.
Right.
He's looking at it here going, you know, I see some color starting to come in. You don't see what I see because you're here, but I'm here. I've done this a few billion times, and it is going to come together. You have to trust me in the process. Yeah. The thing also that is happening here, and why I really love mosaics, is because you can't mess up a mosaic like you can like a watercolor painting. A watercolor, you could be painting a tiny little beautiful flower, and one misstep with your stroke of your brush, and that little dainty flower is now a boulder.
Right.
You know, and it's like, well, I'm going to have to get creative. But with a mosaic, you can't actually really mess it up. As long as the creator and the created stay in connection. So if I walk away right now, it's going to stay like this. Okay, that's my choice. Okay, that's my will. But as long as me and the tools that God gives me, like in this case a sponge,
yeah,
I can't mess it up. I can go back, I can do some repair, I can get little pieces and make this work. Okay, it's up to me to trust the process. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do my first wipe. The first wipe, you're just, and we're not, as tempting as it is to re-wet your sponge, I'm not going to let you. You're just going to use your sponge as a tool. We wrung out the sponge to the point no water can come out of it. It's hardly wet. It's just smoothing off. So I'm wiping the front firm.
And I can see that everything's now black again.
Yes, right. Then I want you to gently, after you've done the top, then just gently go around the edges and just kind of smoothing off the edge. Okay, you can rotate your sponge around. Then I'm going to flip the heart over, and I'm going to stain the back. I'm going to rub hard, and I'm going to wipe off any chunks that might be sticking to the back. Sometimes we don't know that there are things stuck to our back, so we have to hold it to the light. And I have to rotate it, and I have to go, oh, wow, there's things sticking that I didn't want. But when we reveal it to the light, we're able to remove those. Then I'm going to flip it back over in my hand, and I'm just going to give it again a quick wipe, where I should like be able to, if I needed to, I could roughly count my pieces. Right? Okay, so we'll just set it down. Then I'm going to rinse out my sponge. I'll give this one to you so I don't reach across. And I'm wringing out my sponge to the point that no more water can come out. There you go. We won't use that quite yet. We'll just let it sit for now.
Okay.
And I'll rinse mine out.